Hey guys, OJ Albina here, but you guys are BBR Week 5 battle against Mid Pokemaster and his Kentucky Torcats. Mid's a great guy, one of my best buds on the internet. Please go check him out in the description below. He's having a great season and he has an absolutely bonkers team. I mean, look at this. How do we even cover all this stuff? So, he's definitely having a great season. I really implore you to go check him out, as well as all the other BBR coaches and myself. If you're new here and you want to drop a sub, help me out and get to 2,000, I'd really appreciate it. Drop a like if you enjoy, and yeah, we can kind of jump into the game itself. Now, I am going to do a quick little team builder just so you can see what we're bringing, while we're bringing it, so you have that background knowledge and context going into the battle. If you want to skip ahead to the battle, there's a timestamp on the screen as well as in the description below on when that starts. Alrighty, so if you did forget, our team is at the top of the screen, and it consists of Roaring Moon, Annihilate, Slowking, Sandy Shocks, Klefki, Dunsparce, Clodsire, Volcarona, Serena, and Cryogonal, while Mid's team is at the bottom of the screen, and it consists of Iron Valiant, Chi-Yu, BAXCALIBUR, Rotom Wash, Donphan, Lycanroc Dusk, Sylveon, Cloyster, and Skuntank. Biggest stretch to me is those top three, man. The fact that I'm playing those in Paldea decks right now is really, really not fun. I have no idea how mid swing to getting a Terra Iron Valiant, which it is Terra Fairy Iron Valiant, while we are Terra Dark Roaring Moon. Playing a Terra Iron Valiant and a Chi-Yu and a BAXCALIBUR, which has a ridiculous matchup against us, as kind of noted in the game versus D-Ray earlier this season, where he didn't actually bring it, and it ended up being great for me. Now we have to deal with it again, and that's not going to be fun. I am absolutely terrified of all three of these Pokemon, and I think I have a team that defensively can, pivot in and deal with them all, but we'll see, man. We will see. So, first up, we do have our Roaring Moon. We're actually rocking out with an Assault Vest this week. Crunch, Earthquake, U-Turn, Iron Head, 148 HP, 124 attack, and 236 speed with a Jolly Nature. Now, as black as it is, this is going to be our main pivot, or one of our main pivots into the Chi-Yu. We take on Scarf hits really, really well. We're not 3-hit KO by Scarf Flame after hazards, like any hazards, like including like 3 spikes and things like that. Like, we take on the Chi-Yu very well if it is like a Scarf variant. And if it's specs, we still take it on decently enough, and we outspeed it, and we can threaten it out, right? And we can pressure it with hazards and things like that. Specs, other than this Roaring Moon, kind of 2-hit KOs or Okos my entire team. There's not much we can do about it. Even things like Spadef, Clodsire do not appreciate it. So we have to be very, very careful about how we deal with that. This thing also grabs great momentum. It has a great speed tier versus a team like this. We can't really Terra on this guy until the Chi-Yu is gone, or we know that we're faster and we can, or like, really until he's gone, until we don't need to pivot into it anymore. But once we do, Terra Dark Crunch actually hits his team very, very hard. We have Iron Head to hit things like Valiant, Sylveon, Earthquake to be able to nuke the Chi-Yu, and then U-Turn to grab momentum, Crunch for our stab. So, pretty simple stuff. Pretty good mon here, though. Next up, we have our Volcarona, which is pretty incredible this week. We're max special attack and speed with 4 HP, Bug Buzz, Giga Drain, Quiver Dance, and Fiery Dance. This Pokemon goes crazy. If I can just eliminate the Lycanroc after I get up a QD or 2, this thing just goes crazy on Mid's team. There's not much he can do if we do position it correctly, and Lycanroc being gone is huge, huge, huge for us. So this is going to be our main win con. If we can position this guy in to win, we're going to try and do so. We really rip through his entire team. We have to be careful about Liquidation Valiant, which I do think Valiant is going to be physical this week. But again, I think there's more than one thing that we can set up on. It just doesn't have to be the Valiant that we're just the dual stabs of. Next up, we have Annihilate, rocking out with a Roselli Berry Defiant as its ability. Drain Punch, Taunt, Rage Fist, and Bulk Up. We got 84 HP, 20 attack, 164 defense, 4 for def, and 236 speed with a Jelly Nature. EVs wise, we live a Scarf Chi-Yu Overheat. We live a +1 BAXCALIBUR Glaive Rush as well. We have enough speed for BAXCALIBUR, and then we have the leftovers in our attack. This is another Pokemon that doesn't necessarily win on its own, but it can really punch a big hole for something like Volcarona to win. Especially if something like Lycanroc is in, and he wants to attack us with like a Play Rough or a Psychic Fangs. We eat up that hit with our defense investment. We're a soft trick to BAXCALIBUR in the sense that we can always take one hit, eat up a Glaive Rush, and as long as he's taken any damage prior, like really any damage, Drain Punch is hopefully going to be able to knock him out from there. Once we start bulking up, we can live some pretty insane hits. We have Roselli Berry in order to 1v1 Sylveon and Valiant, depending on how we're feeling, and if we're at that point in the game. Taunt is great for things like BAXCALIBUR, for Rotom, for the Donphan, for the Sylveon, for so many different things, even a Shell Smashing Cloyster if we don't want to lose to that. Taunt's a great way of beating that, and yeah, I'm hoping this Pokemon can at least like pivot in, chip down his team, be a nuisance enough for our Volcarona to win a little bit later on. Then we have a FizzDef Keys. We are dual screens with Spikes and Dazzling Gleam. This is going to be one of our main pivots and ways of stopping something like a BAXCALIBUR. Once we get up screens, his team doesn't really break through us as well as he would like. This soft checks the, Valiant as well. Now, we want spikes on this thing, and I honestly, it's really tough for me to kind of say which one is better here, because I had spikes and Thunderwave, and I switched on and off between a bunch of different of my mocks and things like that. And spikes are incredible this game, right? And chipping things down in the range of Moon, especially with U-turning and Ape and our Volcarona and things like that. But Thunderwave is a great failsafe against that BAXCALIBUR, and a great way of slowing it down. Now, I talked about it before. Big threats to me, big scares for me with that BAXCALIBUR when I was playing D-Ray were either a weakness policy variant or a Lumberry variant, because Lum can kind of shrug off Thunderwaves and Yawns and things like that. But we have Yawn on the team otherwise too, and I think having double status might have been nice if we were able to Yawn and then he shrugs it off and then we Thunderwave him or something of the sorts. Or even a Magnet Rise is something I was potentially thinking about as well, because then we could take it on decently enough. But yeah, I don't know. I figured that the spikes would be really, really nice, especially because I don't think he's going to be able to position a Rapid Spin off on me with the Dawn Fan. Cloister doesn't get Rapid Spin anymore, so I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I don't know. This was a really tough moveset, but regardless, it is going to be a FizzDef check to something like BAXCALIBUR, something like the Valiant it soft checks it as well. So yeah, that's gonna be Klefki. Then we have said Quadsire. We're a Spadef heavy duty boot set with Poison Jab, Yawn, Recover, and Earthquake. Pretty simple. We are max mass, no games. We're here to check things like the Chiyu, a special Valiant, and we even can eat up hits from things like Sylveon very well, obviously, and things of the sort. Not Rotom, because we're not Water Absorb, unfortunately, but we'll dual stabs, Yawn, and Recover. We're able to be a big nuisance to this team. Unaware is going to allow us to really take on things like a Calm Mind Valiant if he wants to be Calm Mind. And we're allowed to spread Yawns around, put things to sleep, be a big nuisance, spread some poisons with Poison Jab potentially. Earthquake is great too, and this checks Chiyu phenomenally as well, provided it's not like a Specs variant, which I really do think Scarf should come in this game. Scarf or Boots are kind of the two sets that I think are the most likely to come, but like I said, we will see. Then lastly, we have an Amel special. Shouts to him. We have a really weird Dunsparce here. We have a Facade, Coil, Roost, Amnesia set with a Chople Berry. EVs wise, we're rocking off 164 HP, 4 attack, 52 defense, 244 Spadef, and 44 speed with a Careful Nature. EVs wise, we have speed for no speed Sylveon. We live a +1 Glaive Rush, and we live 2 Specs Flamethrowers after a Rock and Spike at +2. Really weird EVs. But if you look at Mid's team, he doesn't have an immunity to Facade, and if we can start compounding some boosts behind screens, this set can go really crazy, especially if we have our Chople Berry intact for something like the Iron Valiant for a close combat Lycanroc. So it's a really weird setup option, but I do think that it can do well if we position ourselves correctly. But yeah, that's going to be the team. Be right back to the battle. Alrighty guys, here we are with the battle. We are connected with Mr. Mid. Let's see what he ended up bringing. We have Iron Valiant, which is Terra Fairy. We got Chiyu, which is banned, so I couldn't see it at first. Big Uber Pokemon. So if I lose, it's because Mid's a cheater and he has an Uber Pokemon. Dawn Fan. Sylveon, and we do see the Lycanroc. Okay, so we're still going to lead off with our Annihilate, as it does, like, just beat every other lead, essentially, minus, like, a Valiant lead. That's really scary. But other than that, we should be mostly fine. That, and I guess a Sylveon, too. But, in mocks, I played a lot of lead Lycanroc. I think out of the 3 people I mocked, all 3 of them led Lycanroc at some point. So, we gotta be very careful about that. That Pokemon really scares me, but I think we can do it. Good luck, fun to mid. Again, I'm a little iffy on how this one's gonna go, but we will see. We will see. Okay. So what's mid rocking out with? We see a Dawn Fan lead, which is definitely a bit annoying, but not the end of the world. What I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to taunt it turn 1. I want no type of rocks up. So we're going fast. We're loose. Okay. Now, do I want to start bulking up on this? Because I don't have a ground resist on my team. And if I bulk up on this guy and I chip him down, that's really good for Moon later. He didn't bring Sylveon, so Moon actually looks really good, too. I think I'm just going to bulk up. Yeah, we're going to bulk up. He showed Rocks. He knocks off our Roselli. So that's one. That is one hit. So we're at base 100. We're at +2. +2. Into Donphan, he EQs. That's 2 hits. We're at 150. What I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to Drain Punch. Okay. We get, like, all of that back. He's going to probably be Helmet. Nope. He gets up his Rocks, which is a bit annoying. But again, not the end of the world. His leftovers. Pretty Fizz Def. If he's Impish, I have a very, very high chance to kill this thing from here, so we're just going to click Rage Fist. I don't get the roll, unfortunately. And he crits me. Alrighty. So it's a 200 base power Rage Fist for the rest of the game, which is nice, but... what we're going to do is just Drain Punch. Get a little bit of health back. Why not? We're up at +2/+2. We knock out the Donphan. It was his Rocker. He was Rock's Knock. Earthquake. All that stuff. Okay. Oh, no, he did bring the Sylveon. That's fine, though. So, BAXCALIBUR is looking really scary still. Chi-Yu is going to come out. Beads of Ruin. We are going to make the pivot out into our good friend, Moon. So 175 down to Flamethrower. 139. No burn. Perfect. Okay. We are just going to U-turn. Get a little bit of momentum. I'll find out if this is Helmet Sylveon. We don't want to Terra just yet as well, which is why we obviously did not do that. U-turn. We're going to see a Helmet. It is Helmet, which is pretty tough. That is pretty scary. But not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. I think it's time to get up some spikes. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get up our spikes. He has shown Helmet on the Sylveon. He's going to withdraw hard, so no Baton Pass, I'm assuming. Okay, so we get up our spikes. We know that he's Scarf as well. So we can pretty freely go out into our Clodsire. Like, we know he's Scarf. So we're going to go out into it. For Boots, he overheats. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and yawn, try and keep up a little bit of momentum. Yeah, we yawn into the BAXCALIBUR, which is huge. Very, very big that we did so. Now, what are we going to see come our way is the real question. Something we can do is I think we can make the pivot out into a... What do you call it? I almost want to recover because I really think the Chi-Yu double is going to happen. I don't think I can make the play. Yeah, I don't think I can make the play. So he didn't switch. Okay. I mean, Earthquake is a good mid-ground on mid's end right here, right? It's a good mid-ground. He's Lum. He's Lum. And I think I might lose because of it. Yeah, I think I might lose because of it. Now he should... See, I knew I shouldn't have taken off T-Wave. I knew I shouldn't have taken off T-Wave. I fucking knew it. Okay. We're gonna Gleam. Gonna Earthquake and knock me out. I think I lose. I think my play here is it to go Volk? Let's see. BAXCALIBUR. We're at +1. With a Reflect up. I don't think I can win. I think he has to choke for me to win. I'll be 100% honest. I don't really see a way out. We're gonna Quiver. If he Glaive Rushes, I think we're fine. Because we will live, but he should DD again. Yeah. We're gonna lose. I think we lose to BAXCALIBUR. We just get swept, and we lose 5-0. Now it's always my play to Quiver in case he chokes. Yeah, but I think I lose. Live. Get the roll. Get the roll. Get the roll, please. Bail me. Yeah, I lose. It's really frustrating. I lose. There's no way out. I lose. Just got a text message. I don't know from where. Yeah, good game to mid. I didn't have anything for this Pokemon. I just lose. Yeah, I'm just gonna lose. It's frustrating, but I don't know what the fuck I could have done. Like, I knew I should have been T-Wave. I knew I should have been T-Wave, and I let people talk me out of it. I knew I should have been fucking T-Wave, dude. Good game to mid. We lose. Mid, just fucking click, bro. Yeah, but that's a wrap. It's really frustrating. I dropped 2 in a row. And I just got absolutely smashed in both of them. I should have better diff, but the league has shitty rules on diff. Yeah, it's really frustrating. Because I shouldn't be losing these games. I shouldn't lose to mid like this. What can you do? He's just gonna Earthquake. We'll take the time to Terastallize, why not? That's really embarrassing. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I genuinely just don't know what else to say. I don't know what I had for that Pokemon. And we lose. I shard. Why are you extending this time, dude? Just fucking win. Like, there's no reason for you to shard. Just click a button, dude. That's really annoying. Like, that really pissed me. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe there's something else I could have done. But, yeah. I just didn't have anything for Bax. This is going to be a really embarrassing one to upload. Just click, dude. For the love of God, just click. I just didn't have anything for Lum. I just did not have anything for Lum. I should have been T-Wave, and this crisis was averted. What can you do? What can you do, right? Very frustrating, but that's Pokemon. Just got 5-0'd. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry this wasn't a very interesting game. I kind of fucking stuck it up, but, it's like, see you guys next time.